Hey guys, thanks so much for hopping on tonight's team call. I know it is super busy with Thanksgiving in 2 days, and I'm sure everyone has a half day tomorrow and running around getting everything. But before we start the call, it is Thanksgiving. I thought it would be pretty cool for us to go into the chat and just type in like one thing that you're grateful for and why. I'm going to give everyone a minute. Think of one thing you're grateful for and why you're grateful for it. I should have gotten tissues. Aw, love it. Good health is definitely easy to forget, especially now. If you're just hopping on, we're just saying in the chat one thing that we're grateful for and why we're grateful for it. I'll give one more second. Best job ever. Yes, and our men that love us even when we're crazy. Aw. Love it, Ashley. All right, so let me share my screen. Doesn't make everyone feel so good? Here I am. Okay, so announcements for tonight. We still have that flash sale going on until Wednesday night. I posted like a few more things. Beachbody does have its own like Black Friday sale. It's been up, I think, since yesterday. It's, you know, a few of the equipment things. So like the 80-day obsession sliders, there's, you know, those really nice like yoga mat and the other like black jumping mat. There's some weird thing that like if you buy certain products, you get like 20% off Energize or 10% off of the beach bars. I posted that in that flash sale group too. So tag those people that you've had in there since August, and tag obviously the new people, and also follow up with them. I think that's really the key thing with like these flash sale groups is not just like us like posting what's going on, but like you kind of doing the behind the scenes work with that. Focus on your finish challenge group for those who are doing a Sean program to get ready for Transform 20. I don't know why I put a $20 sign. Is already up. So if you or any of your challengers are doing a Sean program and want to be in there, you know, just search in our team page and it's there, or, you know, ask me or Jess and we can add you in there. Transform 20 pre-sale is December 4th. So that means we can purchase the packages. The actual start date, I believe, is January 15th. Reserve your stepper for Transform 20 by getting at least one Success Club point this month. And you have to then order, I believe, December 4th. And maybe you have like 5 days to order your package in order to get that stepper. You guys, like, those steppers are going to be sold out, I would say, within the first 24 hours. So don't wait to hop on the bandwagon. And yes, it's going to be crazy December 4th with all the launching. So just be patient. You know, if this is your first time going through a huge launch, the site gets a little wonky, but that's just like anything, right? So pay attention to like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Every site is pretty much going to crash. So don't get all mad at Beachbody when that happens on December 4th. This month too, we have $20 off of all challenge and completion packs all month long. So, you know, when it's, how many days are in November? When it is November 30th, great time to follow up with all those people and say last day to get that $20 off your package. I know, so sad. December 3rd is when the 3-day refresh will be restocked. Little hard lesson for all of us. Maybe they'll get it right next year. So just kind of beware if you were trying to do any like post Thanksgiving cleanse. Maybe do a post Christmas cleanse instead and let people know like, hey, like, you know, Thanksgiving, it sold out really quickly. If you want to hop on board with us for our post Christmas or our post New Year's cleanse for 3 days, like get it now because I promise you it's going to sell out, and it probably will. So get your people started quickly. And I know December is going to fly by quickly, so make sure you have marked down on your calendar January 12th. I think that's for Super Sunday in Philly. So then it's January 11th. Let me look at the calendar really quickly. Yeah, so January 12th is Super Saturday, and then January 13th is Super Sunday for us Philly people. So make sure you have that marked down in your calendar. We have January 4th and 5th is our team retreat. Sorry, that's kind of all done and over with, but be excited if you're coming. And then morning power hours are still on. And guys, if you want to do a power hour or if you want to do an invite blitz, like don't wait for us, right? Like everybody that has a Zoom, if you're on here, you have Zoom, right? You can just copy and paste your link in the team page, you know, just say, heads up everybody, like whoever wants to hop on, you know, at session time with me, like come on, more the merrier. So I don't think you have to be a leader to get a, you know, a group of girls going in your Zoom. You're not, you know, you're getting to work, right? So don't feel like you have to wait for us. But those morning power hours start at 5:30. That link is still pinned or is the banner on our team page. So what I want to get into tonight, I'm not going to spend too much time because like I said, I know everyone's super busy, have lots of festivities stuff to still do, but one of the leaders in our like bigger team, Keith Callahan, wrote a book, and I got an email of his book, and he said not to share it with people, but honestly, if you guys want it, I'll probably just put it in the team. I don't know if I could put it in the team page, but maybe I'll just put a post and then like everyone could just put their emails and then I can email it to everyone. Anyways, his book is really, really awesome. It's more about network marketing and how to build a solid foundation. Yes, he is not just $1 million earner, meaning he's made $1 million with Beachbody. He's making $1 million a year with Beachbody. And he just had I think he has like 5 or 6 kids. I don't know. I kind of lose track. But I think his daughter was born this summer, and he pretty much completely took it off. But his business didn't go down. His business didn't stall. It didn't stay the same. It increased because of the leadership role that he took with this. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I just took, you know, a few of the quotes that he had in there, and I'll touch upon it. But like I said, if you guys want this, I'll put it in the team page. Just give me your email address. But just kind of keep it under wraps because he is going to be actually selling the physical book of it. This is just like the email version of it. Okay. So let's go to the beginning. What can Beachbody give you? And I love, this was like the thing that was like, oh man, it just like hits you like right in the face. Recognize that people are literally dying to be understood, heard, and validated. They are sick and tired of being sick and tired. People are looking for an opportunity, but most of us are caught up in worrying about what other think and miss the chance to serve. And how many of us felt that way when we were a new coach, right? Or how many of us feel like that now, that, oh, like, you know, we know the potential with this, but we're just kind of too scared of what other people are going to think about us, and all of those crazy blocks that hold us back from sharing this opportunity. Because the ultimate why, and you guys have, I'm sure, heard this in Coach Basics, but you want a why that makes you cry. Something that is so big that, you know, money, it's not about the money, right? It's not about how much you earn. It's about what can that do? How can that change a life? And I'm sure most of you can, and why don't we do this too, since we're in the feel good, like feeling tonight, in the comment section, you know, why don't we put, you know, what has Beachbody has done for us? Like, what kind of gift has Beachbody given us? So I'm going to give you guys a minute to go into the comment and into the chat and let us know, what has Beachbody done for you so far? What has it given you? Confidence, confidence, health, friendship. Love it. And this why is going to change so much. For me, in the beginning, it was just about my health. It was about my fitness, you know, and then it morphed into getting out of my full-time job. Then it morphed into like the freedom part of it, and being able to do the things that I wanted to without having that stress or anxiety. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've kind of been a little MIA, especially in the team page or on the team calls. I haven't really been showing my face. I've been feeling a little bit sick and a little bit tired. So I am having a little fun baby. And that's my announcement for tonight. And this has obviously completely shocked us, is a complete just, you know, 360 for us, because I didn't think we could have one. But I am obviously stressed and worried, and worrying about going back to work, or worrying about daycare, or worrying about, you know, being sick and not doing anything. Like, I am so grateful for this and for you guys, because like I said, I haven't vomited, but just nauseous and tired. And past 2 months, I've been like out of it, but my business has still grown. Like, it is, you know, you can't even imagine what that feeling is of knowing that you're safe, right? Like, this is that one thing that I know for 100% sure is going to like cover us, is going to be that thing that is there even when I can't be. Look into the future, right? Like, what can this do for you in 5, 6 years? And that's where I am now. And like, no, when I first started, I never thought like, holy crap, this would be where we're at. But guys, like this opportunity is so, so huge. And we cannot hold this gift back from people, because I promise you, there are people out there that are dying, that need something like this, that don't want to go back to work, that, want to have that freedom to be with their kids and do whatever they want and not have that extra stress or anxiety like weighing on their back. So really like think and dig deep, as Shaun T would say, because you are leaving a legacy. And I didn't know like a little human, this thing would affect them, but it is, because they don't have to go to some random daycare. I don't have to be working 60 hours a week and not see them. They don't have to grow up without a mother. That's something that this can give to you. And it can be, so many other things, but wanted to kind of share that with you guys and know that your why is going to change a million times. But don't just think that this is just, a little hobby, or this isn't, that big thing that can really change your life, because it absolutely freaking can. And thanks for all the text messages. Back to the program. Super successful people build with the mindset of a CEO, while everyone else builds with the mindset of an employee. And this is what I always just say of like, own your business. Like if you are just an employee, you just show up when you kind of have to, right? You clock in and you clock out. When you're a CEO, you do no matter what. You do what you have to do. You wake up earlier, you go to bed later. You treat your business like a business. Like when I'm probably a really bad example of a good employee, but when you're an employee, you kind of like check out, you do what you have to, you kind of do the bare minimum, and that's it, right? You're like, okay, I did everything I needed to, like I'm done. Whereas a CEO has that mentality of like, no, what else more can I do? How can I improve? How can I lead other people? So it's not, what you have to do, it's who you have to become during all of this. And like I've always said, the person I was 5-6 years ago is not the person I am now. It took a lot of work to get me here in sense of personal development. And it's not just reading a bunch of books, guys. Yes, you have to read, but you actually have to do what's in those books. So like if you're reading the 5-second rule, you can't just do that and then just not do the 5-second rule. You know what I mean? It is doing those things that you might not feel like you want to do, right? Like you don't want to go to events that are like non-beach body oriented, like a Super Saturday, or maybe you are still kind of scared to go to a Super Saturday, or you're scared to go to Summit, or you're scared to go on one of the trips. But those are the things that build you. And that's what's going to attract leaders to you. And that's how you're going to build a sustainable business instead of just an employee. Employees just make income based on them just, showing up. They make a salary, show up from 9 to 5, and you get this salary and that's it. Whereas in this business, you can make whatever you want to make, and you're not just putting in hours and getting money back, right? You're building leaders, you're building a team of leaders, so that when you are sick and you can't show up, or you're out of breath, and I'm still going through that, you have leaders that you've built that are still growing this business with you and for you, and you have that kind of ebb and flow to go together, right? And this was a really great thing he said in the book, Keith talked about in the book, is his upline coach asked him for, I don't know, a very long time, probably a few years, maybe a year or two, to join Beachbody. And Keith kept saying, no, 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 no. Bob went to Summit. And, just like most of us who go to Summit, we have like an aha moment. And Bob didn't say anything in particular, different to Keith the last time he asked him to be a coach. Keith just said he saw the change and the shift in his mindset. The mindset of saying, I believe I could do this, or yeah, I'm sure I could do this, to the belief of knowing I could do this. So he saw that shift that Bob was like, he knows he's going to make this happen. And Bob was a lawyer, like saying, I know I'm going to make this Beachbody thing work. Do you want to join me? Yes or no? I'm going to go there without you. That was the type of mentality that Keith was like, okay, like that's the person I want to join. I don't want to join a wishy-washy person. I don't want to join someone who's like, nah, like, yeah, I'll do this like every so often. No, like people want to join a leader. You're going to get leaders to join you when you decide that you know that this is going to work. And I remember the moment for me was when I started talking about it to other people like my friends and family. Like I was scared to tell my friends, like, yeah, I'm in this network marketing business. I had that mental block in my head that like, you know, network marketing was dirty, or like you could not like leave your full-time job. And I remember sitting down in my in-laws and telling them, I was like, I know I'm going to make this big and I'm going to leave my full-time job. And they looked at me like I was freaking insane. But me putting it out there to like the scariest, they're not scary people, but like that was scary for me to tell them. So it's that shift in your belief into your mindset that you know you're going to make this happen no matter what. And then I think we all kind of know this, right? Network marketing is a do and then learn business. I think we throw a lot of learning, especially at new coaches right away, right? Like, here's a training, here's a call, here's a YouTube video. And I think we need to get back to the doing, right? Like, here, do your coming out post. Here, do your adding 5 friends. Like that's how we need to kind of go back to like the network marketing side of do, and then people are going to learn, right? Like why are we telling people to, or why are we teaching people how to sign people up when they're not actually inviting people? Does that kind of make sense? So we have to help new coaches and help yourself take action when you're scared. That's when things are going to work, is when you take that action when you're scared. You're supposed to be uncomfortable, everybody, right? Like it's not supposed to feel like, yep, posting this before and after picture, I'm totally cool with it. No. That action creates positive energy, and that energy is going to feed people to you. I could have the greatest before and after picture, but if I feel in the dumps, if my energy is low and I post that, I promise you it's not going to get a lot of attraction. You have to be excited. You have to be pumped up. Go hang out with Leah for a day and she'll pump you up, and you see her post, right? You physically feel that energy coming out from the words that she's posting. Sorry, I got distracted by all the comments. All right, I won't get distracted. Okay, and the last thing is, what is those things that you're scared not to do? Like you're willing to invite, you're willing to post, you're maybe willing to do personal development, but I promise you there is that one thing that you're not doing that is that thing that's going to grow your business. So what is that for you? It's going to be a little bit different for everyone, right? Is it like going out into your neighborhood and talking to people like face to face? Is it actually going to a Tony Robbins event or some sort of event that's not Beachbody related? Is it reaching out to that friend that you know would be amazing with this and inviting them, right? What is that one thing you're not willing to do, even though you're willing to do inviting and posting? That's the thing you need to do. So think of what that is. And remember, and there's a story I'm going to read after this, that one thing is the thing that's holding you back. It's holding you back from the people who are going to build a team with you. I think for a lot of coaches, it is inviting to the coaching opportunity. It's intimidating, it's scary, but guys, you don't want to be employees, right? You don't want to just make commission. You want to earn team bonus cycles, right? Team bonus cycles are the thing that's going to give you that residual income in this business. And if you're not willing to invite coaches, you're going to have to pay that time for income like an employee. But be smart with building this business and build it so you're making an income, you're changing lives even when you're not able to show up every single day. That is the freaking gift and magic of this business. So the last thing I wanted to leave you guys off with was Tara Brach. She is, I think she's like a therapist / like yogi person. She has a really great podcast. I started listening to it because of Keith, and he mentioned it in his book about this story. And I'm going to read the story. And I think it's a really great way to kind of just close this all out. I'm going to say I because this story was written in first person, but it's not me. Okay. Let me make this a little bit bigger so I can see. All right. I was putting my books away and closing up my locker when I noticed this new boy who had just come to our school. We were about 2 weeks into my freshman year. I hadn't seen him before, and I noticed he was really disheveled looking. As I'm glancing over, I see that he's trying to get books out of his locker. He's got an armful of books ready to fall and a few that have already fallen on the floor. I decided to help him, which was way out of character for me, but I walked over, bent down to pick up a few books from the floor. I was on one knee, and the new boy was standing up, and I reached up to hand him his book. He was looking down at me with these eyes. I had never seen anybody look at me with eyes like that before. The eyes were deeper than a normal thank you. Through his eyes and into my heart, into my soul, an inner voice said, "Thank you for doing that." I grabbed the other books and handed them to him. We started chatting a little bit, and I learned his name was Stephen. Stephen had just started in our school from another school. We talked for a while and then decided to walk home together, which was also out of character for me. It turned out we lived a couple of houses down the road from each other. This walk home together became a routine. We started walking to and from school together, and eventually we became good friends. Fast forward 4 years to senior year, I had watched this boy turn into a man. Stephen was valedictorian of our class. He was also the prom king and the star athlete on our football team. He had a beautiful girlfriend. He was the kindest, most sincere, genuine person I knew. I envied him for the guy he was and the life he was living. I was also grateful to be his closest friend. Now it's graduation and we're in the auditorium. As valedictorian, Stephen's about to give the commencement speech. I'm sitting behind him. I can see that he's really nervous. I put my arm on his shoulder and tell him he's going to do a great job, that everything's going to be perfect, and he has so much to offer the students. He turns around while my arm is still on his shoulder and looks me in the eyes with that same look he had given me during our freshman year when I picked up those books for him. And I felt it again. I felt that thank you that penetrates deeper than a normal thank you. They all call up Stephen as valedictorian, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say. He starts his speech talking about high school, how high school is a time when we have these different people in our lives who impact us. We have our parents, and he goes into the impact they have on us. Then he talks about our teacher and how we had so many amazing teachers at the school, and the role that they played in shaping our minds and helping us to vision and create an idea of who we wanted to become. But you know what is the most important thing, he says? The most important relationship we have during our high school years are with our friends. I never want you to underestimate the power of simply caring about somebody, of performing a kind act, and not worrying about yourself, not worrying about what others are going to think. When I first moved to the school, you were already 2 weeks into the school year, and I had just left another school because of the amount of teasing and bullying I had to endure there. I got picked on to the point that I couldn't stay anymore. My parents moved us, and I started school here. My first day here, the bullying started again. I decided that I had enough. At the end of the day, I decided to clear out my locker. I was going to commit suicide that day, and I didn't want my parents to have another thing to deal with. I figured if I cleared out my locker, it was one less thing they would have to handle. As I was clearing out my locker, I was shaking and I was nervous, and I kept dropping my books. Somebody came over, bent down, picked up some of those books, and handed them to me. In that moment, I felt hope. I felt love. I felt like I might just be able to figure out how to belong. That one act of kindness and caring got me through the day. That one act of kindness started a journey which took me from who I was 4 years ago, the insecure, depressed, anxious kid who is about to commit suicide, to where I am today. I want you to remember when you go out there in the world that we all need someone. We all need someone to lend a helping hand. We all need someone who cares. And finally, remember that you're never going to know who is really in need. So just make it a habit of leading with kindness and offering a helping hand when you can. So I thought that was a pretty powerful story, and I'm surprised I didn't cry. So how does that relate to us? Guys, we have the best gift to offer people. Don't hold it back because you're scared to talk to people, because you're nervous, because you're shy. You never know what situation people are in. It could be the popular girl from high school that you're too scared to talk to, but she might need this so badly. And tonight, this, November, December, January, like we have the perfect timing right now to reach out to people. Don't hold back. This is a huge gift you have to offer people. So I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for everything that you guys do. And I appreciate you all. And thanks for being on the call. Have a great night.